Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of the KSL.com Rock and Royal podcast. Probably the last dispatch from Kansas City officially. I record this as I'm waiting for my flight out. BYU 3 games in 3 days, 2-1 overall record before Wednesday's loss to the University of Houston. BYU now 0-5 in Big 12 play all time against the other Cougs, against Houston. Back-to-back losses in the Big 12 tournament to Kelvin Sampson's team. And it's been an interesting week, I think, for BYU. Dybantsa comes in, has another great night, 27 points. Sets the Big 12 tournament scoring record, 93 points in 3 days. That breaks Kevin Durant's record set at Texas back in 2007 by exactly 1 point. So a little bit of accolades, a little bit of honor for I'm just going to say now, this is a guy who should be the number 1 pick in the 2026 NBA draft. He's that good. I think he's proving he's that good. How he's not Big 12 Player of the Year by the coaches is a little bit astounding to me. I think you may see things a little bit different here the rest of the postseason. He's on pretty much every watch list for National Player of the Year. I think he'll be very much in the conversation. May even win a couple of them. As for BYU, effective week. I think this has been a positive week. And when you go back to last Saturday's regular season finale win over the number 10 Texas Tech, I think it gets even more positive. 3 straight wins. Your only loss to a very good Houston team, a Houston team that'll be a top 4 seed, no doubt, in the NCAA tournament. Maybe even a little bit better, probably on the 2 or the 3 line somewhere is my guess, according to some of the latest bracketology reports. We'll see some of that. BYU now back up to a number 6 in ESPN Joe Lunardi's latest bracket projection, and that's where I think they're going to wind up staying. This is a team they've kind of been on that 6th line for much of the season. They swooned a little bit with that 3-game dip right after Reggie Saunders went down with that season-ending ACL injury, but I think they've redefined themselves. I think they figured themselves out a little bit more. They talked about learning some resiliency, kind of redefining their identity. Kevin Young's talked about making things a lot simpler, and I think the simpler play has been better for BYU. So I think the past week has given this Cougars team a lot of momentum heading into the NCAA tournament. You got to feel better, I think, than you did certainly 3 or 4 weeks ago about where this team is at. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed once the calendar turns to March, once Selection Sunday hits, once the bracket is unveiled. But I think things are much more positive on this Friday morning, March 13th, even than they were last Friday for this BYU men's basketball team. So a little bit with that in mind, I'm going to play for you a couple of interviews that I did along with some other assembled media in the postgame locker room after BYU's loss to Houston. First up, we'll listen to Dybantsa as he talks about kind of the week as a whole, some of his accolades, what he learned from this experience. And then I got into a little bit of the same thing with starting center Keba Keita and shooting guard Kennard Davis Jr. as well. So here are some of those conversations from the locker room as we travel back from BYU's run in Kansas City.
Maybe. Guys are probably a little bit more fatigued than usual because we haven't played 2 games in a row since AAU. So maybe that's an effect. But other than that, I wasn't trying to make any excuses for the loss.
AJ, do you think this team is primed to make a good run in March now, in March Madness?
Yes.
What gives you that belief?
We beat top 10 teams. We've been within 2 possessions of games, top 10 teams. So we proved ourselves that we can be able to compete with the best. We just got to finish our games.
Personally, do you feel like you can put this team on your shoulders and carry it like a lot of great players in the past have done well into March Madness?
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you want to say that, but it takes a team to win. But if they need me to be that leading guy to do whatever it takes, I can do that.
Where do you think it got away from you guys down the stretch?
Just rebounding. They kind of just snatched the ball away from us a couple times, and I got extra possessions out of it.
What have you learned about?
What was your guys' energy level like? Do you feel like as you take a swig of Red Bull?
My energy was pretty solid.
From playing 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. Not a lot of teams could do that. We were the only remaining team from round 1 that was still in the tournament versus some fresh legs. So I think we competed well with them.
Do you feel silver lining is that you have a week to prepare, or you have a week to rest up for the NCAA tournament?
And what was the first question?
Do you think that's a silver lining? At least you have a week to rest up from the NCAA tournament?
Oh yeah, definitely. Rest is mandatory. I'm not gonna take all the days to rest, but I'm gonna get up fight tomorrow, rest up, and I'm gonna get back in the gym, get some shots up, watch a lot of film on the past 3 games, then it's go time.
A couple times you glanced at the officials after there was contact on your shooting. Do you feel like you were given a fair shake out there tonight?
It's every game. You're gonna get fouls. You're gonna get fouled, and they're not gonna call fouls every single game, so you can't complain too much.
Big picture wise, just what do you feel like you learned about this team kind of this week with 3 games in 3 days and kind of a little bit of a mini run that you went in?
What I learned is that we're resilient. We're going to persevere to the end. A lot of teams would have folded in our position, even from game 2 against West Virginia. They put up a fight. A lot of teams would have folded, but we're resilient. We're going to persevere through a lot of things.
What are kind of the challenges of playing 3 games in 3 days? Like, it doesn't happen very often. Do you feel like you guys kind of learned something about yourselves, figured something out? Like, do you feel like this sort of mini run that you put in will benefit you guys come next week?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Richie said it and Coach Young kind of paraphrased it again. Said adversity brings teams together. And we feel like this past couple of games, we kind of found ourselves. To me personally, like Coach Young said, but like I was also thinking about this personally. Like I just feel like we also needed those first 2 games. We played Tuesday, Wednesday. I feel like we need those games. Tough loss. Easton is a great team. All credit to them. We feel like we can do better in some areas, and we trust in ourselves. And the coaches, and we're gonna find a way.
How much? I know that second half kind of got a little bit away from you guys, but right before the half, you guys put in that big run to take that halftime lead. This guy has a big dunk. You had that big block on Kingston. Alexi was hitting a couple of threes. How much juice was there with this team with that run that you kind of ended the first half with?
Yeah, that's what that was BYU basketball right there. Like sharing the ball, just get a stop. I do my thing, and the guards do their thing, and we get up and we make energy play. Like guys like Dom Hadim just hype you up from the bench. Coming out of the bench is great. Those energy play against, that was the reason why we went on AO run. It was 8-0 run, right?
Yeah, 8-0 or 10-0.
Yeah. Well, that's how we kind of got on our run, but definitely something to learn from.
For sure. Speaking of learning, what do you feel like you kind of learned about, this group and this team with, the past 3 days and what you guys were able to sort of put together?
This is like, honestly, I feel like this is like, the first half of the season was one team and the second half of the season was another team, kind of. So I just feel like, we had adversity with, injuries, guys going down, but, next guy mentality, like guys step up and, feel like we try to find ourselves as a team, and we found something, and then, we can definitely play with anybody in the country, in any given night, and guys, like if the shot fell for us, then it will be a long night for our other team for sure.
Last question, but just specifically, you're kind of the rebounding artist, the rebounding master a little bit on the glass for this team. What was Houston doing in that second half? It seemed like they really attacked you on the glass, you guys on the glass, and really just kind of tried to fight for the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, gang rebound, you know. We got a gang rebound as a team. Can't just rely on the big or just one guy to just get all the boards. You know, I think we got a little comfortable. Like, we kind of laid back there for a sec. You know, as a team captain, I gotta get on the guys, you know, help me out with rebounds because I can't get all the I can't get all the boards. You know what I mean? You gotta get in there. You know, just help me out, rebound, and you know, let's get out and you know, let's set our offense, whatever it is. You know, just help me out, get a rebound.
I mean, you could say that obviously you want to win every game. You know, unfortunately we didn't pull out the win. But I feel like we had a great learning point today, so hopefully we can build on from this game and the past few games up leading to the tournament.
What does Houston do, particularly defensively? I mean, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country, and it's just, like, from my perspective, that's often sometimes kind of hard to, like, write about, to describe, like, that kind of thing. Like, what's sort of the number one thing that they kind of do that makes them just so tough? I mean,
they play hard, you know, obviously put two on the ball, but the most important thing they do is they rebound. So that's what makes them so good.
Was that a big focus for you guys at halftime? Because it seemed like that stretch to end the half, you guys were pounding the glass really well, and then they kind of came after you to sort of start the second half.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Just zooming out sort of 50,000 foot view a little bit from this week, what do you feel like you learned about this team this week, and maybe even going back to that Texas Tech game in the finale that you feel like can help you guys come the NCAA tournament?
I feel like this is who we have to be, hard-nosed team, together. Obviously we have to execute. Like today, rebounding, we didn't execute that. So really executing and being a hard-nosed team, playing together. That's what I would say.
The other day you were pretty open that for the hot minute there you were in a pretty good slump. Do you feel like you busted out of it a little bit, kind of broke through?
Oh, yeah, I feel so. Yeah, I'm confident in it.
Yeah? Do you feel like it's something that can carry over to next week and beyond?
Yeah, I do think so. I'm just going to stay in the gym and keep working.
I love it, 100%. Last question, but I haven't gotten a chance to really ask you about kind of some of these big guys everybody talks about with, you know, AJ and Rob and some of them. Just what's it like being, you know, teammates with a guy like this, guy like Rob over there, down there, who gets so much attention, so much hype, all of that. What's it like just being their teammate?
I mean, it's amazing to have them on my side, you know, obviously, but I learn so much from these guys, like, every day. Like, I try to mimic some of the stuff they do, and yeah, like, it's been a good ride, just having them on my side.
Praying meetings every day, so you never stress. Rockin' Royal, rockin' Navy, know you with me. Let's get it, baby. Rockin' Royal, rockin' Navy. Know you with me. Let's get it, baby.